Hi guys, it's been quite a while. I've been working on some other things. I'm trying to put out, might have seen on Facebook, I've put a poll out about banners and decals, what you might think, or what asking people what they think is more useful to them. And I've been working on some decal ideas, but right now the jet bike. So I'll zoom in. Okay. I've done quite a bit of dremeling. Lots of dremeling. Looks quite orangey fingers. Whoa. And what I was trying to do is make a little shelf in there. If you can sort of see a sort of step for this part of the jet intake part, engine part here, to fit in and to fit the Venturi nozzle on. But as I was doing this, I found that I didn't really want it to stick on the. I didn't like the look of it being flush to the back of this, because firstly, this isn't sculpted symmetrically. As you can see the little skulls there, and that skull's over to this side, and that's just how it was made there. So when I had to get rid of the detail, it's left a bit of a, whatchamacallit, a bit of white across there. It's not quite even, but this sort of matches up. So what I wanted it to do was to fit inside there. I've used a little bit of a Tamiya tape, which I got recently, to mark, well, to remind myself which way up I wanted this. And it fits in nicely there. I think that's quite good. So I want this cowling to actually be cowling, and rather than just being stuck on the end, being a bit daft. So I would have ended up having to use a bit of plastic card tubing or something to fill in detail. And well, I think now, while that fits in there like that, I think I want it to fit, to come out a bit prouder than stuck like this. I think it's a bit stubby like that, a bit too stubby, just a little bit out. So I'll just Dremel out some of this, or file down the side of that, and I'll also have to shorten down this part as well. Cut this down, well, take that out and cut that down and stick it back in again. So that'll act as a nice little lip for that to glue onto while that's in there. Just add a bit of strength to it, and then I can start adding the other end of it, of course. Whatchamacallit, I forgot now, but the front end of the jet there, and make that line up, and try and get all this, the main part of it assembled, get some plastic card struts in here, and get that glued in there, build up the sides of this with some strips of plastic card, and get the main structure of it done. So the next thing I'll be doing while I work on this part is to create something like this. Here we go. That's a back end of a afterburner exhaust air brakes there. In case you're interested in what plane it is, it's a MiG-23, and that was to replace what I was going to do. Get down here. Because I only got two of these, and I was going to use them as sort of Venturi nozzles on the side or underneath of the bike, depending on how things look. That's with the idea of that gives it some lift. I might even make smaller ones anyway. Thinking about the scale of it, it does look a bit big. Well, because what I was going to say was I was going to make one. The idea was that was going to fit inside there. Oh, is it my eyes are better than the cameras? Even with glasses on. So that would fit in there to create some detail. And which would look nice, but I was going to make my own using some plastic card rod tubes, fitting one inside the other to create a sort of stepped effect. So that's inside there and that's inside there, a bit like this, as that would be inside of it, and then just use some strips of plastic card down the inside of the tube to create that effect. But just now, having looked at that and that together, obviously if I was going to use it, I'd be cutting off this dome here. I think possibly because the assault cannon was going to be underneath here, sort of chin mounted. You only have that gap there and that gap there, so I think actually live, as live can be when it's recorded on YouTube, you heard it here now, I think I'm actually going to make my own. Make the sort of thrustery Venturi nozzles on here and just say sod it and use that in here. Yes, so that's going to look really good. Let's see if I can get that a bit of blue tack. Yeah, I can steady that. That's what I do quite a lot now. I'll put blue tack on there and I can steady that. So now we'll have a look inside. That'll add a nice bit of detail there. Which will also mean though, putting that on there will mean what do you call it? That fits on here. As you can see, I only need I'll have to cut down the other thing here and probably take out that plastic card, because I can probably use this juggling here in there instead. And do that. So yes, so that's where we are, getting this done, the engine, which has been the trickiest, hardest part of this whole thing to do really. Because I've been dremeling away and it's been quite fluky in how these Dremels that I've got, these grinding tools have fitted in perfectly and matched up to the diameter of this and to something else I was using as well now. I think the diameter of that, of the plastic card tube. So it's time to get that going. Oh yes, and I spoke about that, yeah. As you can see, I've fitted the rear end on. And I had to create a slot there using Dremel to grind that in and allow that to fit on there more securely than it just fitting flat against flat. So I've had to sort of Dremel that in there as well, the bike itself, and that's a nice fit there. So it's kind of like creating the kit yourself in a way, thinking about how the whole thing will fit together securely. So like this, you know, you're making a lip as if it was like a kit you're building yourself. So that's going to fit onto there, that's going to fit onto here, and yeah. So I'm always excited doing this stuff anyway. So I'll be more excited to get this end of it done and looking proper wicked. And so looking like that there, and there. And yeah, so that'll have to come down a bit. Forgot about that when I was talking. But yeah, there we are. So thanks for watching, guys, and thanks again for all the more subscribers I've had. I was still trying to think of how I'm going to do my 100 subscriber competition. I was thinking of doing something like along the lines of doing a banner. I'll make a custom banner for you, and if your army doesn't have a banner, doesn't use banners rather, then I can make instead a little what should you call it, like a little poster, illustration. Could be an idea. I was trying to think of something to give away, but I ended up having an idea for it instead. So hopefully I'll try and get that up soon, get that idea sorted out. And thanks for watching, guys. It's been brilliant making new friends with you lot, and I'll hopefully get another one update soon. Crikey, it's nearly 10 minutes long. It's going to take ages to upload, to edit. Alright, thanks guys, cheers.